Hello good people, welcome. It's another day of Apex Online Racing. Today we are at Barcelona Circuit de Catalunya. It's a very warm day on track. It's 90 minutes of racing and the drivers are raring to go. I'm very much looking forward to it and I imagine so are you. So without further ado, let's go have a look at how qualifying went. In P1, we had Dejan Jokic, did a 144.268. In P2, Daniel Hirsch in his Ferrari did a 144.388. Luca Renna did a 144.43 to claim third position and first on the second row. Jack Lancaster did a 144.4 in P4. Claudio Voodoo did a 144.547 in P5. Ben Hitchcock did a 144.568 in P6. Nino Hosch did a 144.625 in P7. Jürgen Olsen did a 144.631 in P8. Arturas Medvedevas did a 144.724 in P9. Stephen Carey did a 144.727 in P10. Lance Taylor did a 144.7 also in P11. James Thresh did a 144.7 in P12. Marcus Deck 144.799 in P13. And Rico Grinler also did a 144.898 for P14. Christian Zifau did a 144.910 in P15. Robert Ford did a 144.931 in P16. Alexander Fedotkin did a 144.937 in P17. Gregor Frank did a 144.940 in P18. P19 was Rob Jackson with a 144.958. And P20 was Dennis Kortrup, a new driver, with 144.967. Kakpa Smolinski in 21st was our first 145 with the 145.045. Dami Ayo did a 145.054 in P22. Christoph Rikowski did a 145.063 in P23. John Becker in P24 with a 145.123. Filippo Agugliaro did a 145.159 in P25. And Phil Swiss in the Bentley did a 145.168 to claim P26. Peter Wengel did a 145.3 also in 27th. And 28th was Kulakov Eugene with a 145.444. 29th was Domagoj Tanzatic with a 145.528 29th. In 30th was Sindri Ragnarsson, 145.573. 31st was Dmitry Ogorodnikov with a 145.651. Michael Clayton, a new driver, did a first driver in 146.104 in 32nd. That means that the whole grid is covered by 1.836 seconds from pole position to 32nd, with the first 20 doing 144s. It is shaping up to be a very fun battle all over the grid, and I cannot wait to see how this turns out. Let's go have a look. Coming into this race, Marcus Deck is leading the championship with 118 points. It's closely followed by Filippo Agugliaro with 117. Rico Grenler is in P3 with 115. Jack Lancaster, P4, 108. And Wikowski with 102. And that is the top 5 of the championship. This time we join up pole sitter Dejan Jokic alongside Damien Hirsch on the front row for the start of the race. It looks like Damien's already got a jump on Jokic at the start. It looks like P2 is up to P1, but P1 does have the inside for the first corner. The start is and is off. Is off. The Ferrari is away. He's in front. He covers up the inside. He cuts across to get the corner first, and Jokic has to settle for second place off the line. Not the greatest start from Jokic, but he would be eager to keep going on. There's an incident behind. That looks like Ben Hitchcock making contact with someone else already. There's some incidents behind. A few cars losing it. And there's James Thresh going around in the background. Daniel Hirsch happily running away with it at the start of the race. The rest of the field trying to find a way into a nice foul to work for the rest of this 90-minute race. All kinds of incidents can happen. Everything is possible. There are still 2 penalties to be served in the time. Oh, I need to focus on the race in front of me because it looks like James Thresh is already making a move in the background there. James Thresh already trying to make a move on the McLaren. It's lap 3. It's Thresh once again. This time it's on Rob Jackson. It's Ferrari on Ferrari. James Thresh looks from the outside, tries to take it. I think he's just going to have a cleaner run through here. And yes, he does. He does. Rob Jackson with not a very good run through. And Thresh straight up into P15. He's going to try to be climbing back up the leaderboard as quickly as he can. James Thresh with a very clean pass into turn 1. No drama, no fuss, no diggity. And he's through. His first to turn 4 and he's away. Jack Lancaster and Dejan Jokic. Jokic in P2, Lancaster in P3. Lancaster is working from behind. He's in the Aston Martin. Jokic is in the Audi. That Audi that was on pole position. And it looks like Jokic has just let Lancaster through. I'm not sure if that's because he wants him to go forward and put some more pressure on Daniel Hirsch if he's much faster or something. But currently it's Hirsch from Lancaster, from Jokic, from Stephen Carey, and Jürgen Olsen. That is our top 5 on lap 4. By lap 5, Witkowski and Ogorodnikov battling for position towards the back of the field this time is P30 and P31. It's Aston Martin and Mercedes. Mercedes with the grunts down the straights, and it looks like the Aston Martin is carrying damage. The number 24, Witkowski, carrying damage in a very pretty livery, if I may say, too. I quite like that livery, Witkowski. Go on. You know, we respect a good Miko livery. But that is notwithstanding, he's going backwards. Dimitri taking the position from him. Meanwhile, further up the field, P11, Robert Fordo and Marcus Deck. Marcus Deck, remember, our championship leader coming into this one. He's currently working from P12, trying to find a way past Robert Fordo, and Fordo leaves the door wide open and lets him right through. I think Fordo's going to try and get the cut back. They both run very wide at the end of the corner on the exit, and they have to tuck back into position. Marcus Deck in the McLaren 720S, happily taking that position away from Robert Fordo. Fordo will have to work his way back and try and make that back again. Meanwhile, on lap 9 is Nino Hosch and Luca Renna. Nino Hosch defending with all he has from Luca Renna. Luca Renna on his butt cheeks right now. He's trying to find a way passes on the outside. No, he dives up to the inside. He's hard on the brakes on the inside. And I think Hosch has to take some evasive action, but he's going to have the inside onto the next corner. He's first to the next corner, and Nino Hosch holds the position very comfortably eventually. Luca Renna would have to regroup and go again, but in the meantime, he's got Taylor on his back. He's got Taylor trying to find a way past him. Speaking of Nino Hosch, Nino is having a look at Arturos up in front. Arturos in P7, Nino Hosch in P8. This battle is likely to continue for lots of the race, but I would say Medvedev has a nice, comfortable gap to run away with this currently. It's lap 11. If anything, Medvedev is chasing down Claudio Voodoo in front, and I think he may just have a chance to make it there. Remember, Nino still has to serve his penalty in his pit stop, so all the positions he makes now are really... He's still going to lose a lot of them to the front of the field, but every position counts, you understand? It's lap 14, and it's Rob Jackson once more. This time he's battling with John Becker. He's for the 20th spot on the grid. I think he's just got the better run out there. He's got the better run into the final sector, and Rob Jackson takes the position away from John Becker quite comfortably eventually. The Lamborghini is going to have to watch the back of that Ferrari for a little while now. Chase him down for a few laps. Meanwhile, Eugene in the Mercedes in the background, slowly coming close in his evergreen Mercedes. Rico Grella, however, on lap 15, defending from Gregor Franke, another in the Kenner Motorsport wonderful Aston Martin livery. It looks like he's on the inside to turn 4. It's going to be side by side. Very respectful driving from both drivers. Gregor Franke was first into the corner. Rico Grella recognized that and just backed out in his Lexus. Going to live to fight another day. Some smart tactical driving going on right here. This is the battle for P22 and 23. and sorry, apologies, 23rd and 24th. As I'm speaking up my backside, Michael Clayton on lap 15, battling with Kakpa Smolinski. Clayton's just run right into turn one. He's misjudged his braking. Smolinski's going to run right past him. It looks like that's Wengel as well. Wengel just stuck to the back of Smolinski, and Michael Clayton has lost 2 positions there. His brakes must have failed him. He must have locked up or something, but he has gone back 2 positions. He is down to P19, Smolinski up into P17, and Wengel now having to defend from the 555 of Michael Clayton. It's lap 17. It's Phil Swiss and Dmitry Ogorodnikov. Phil Swiss and the lone Bentley on the grid. Once upon a time, there was a lone Porsche as well, but now it's only one Bentley on the grid. Phil Swiss, and he's just trying to catch up to the cars in front of him. There's Dami Ayo in front of him, and Dimitri right all the way back behind him. It's just an own pocket of space right now. On lap 17, it's Phil Swiss. Sensible enough driving. Look at him go. That Bentley very stately and looking like it should be. Meanwhile, it's Ferrari from McLaren. It's Jürgen Olsen, Daniel Hirsch, and Claudio Voodoo. This is the battle for the 3rd spot on the podium. Jürgen Olsen currently staking his claim to that in the 369. He's chasing down Daniel Hirsch in P2. Meanwhile, Jack Lancaster has run away. He's pulling away from this pack, and these 3 are just doing all they can to keep up with him. But Claudio Voodoo in a very nice looking McLaren, if I may say so. Is that a Sim Racing Tools? Yes, it is. It's a Sim Racing Tools McLaren. I continue the battle all the way through lap 22. What would these cars not do? I think that's a back marker up in front. I think that's Dami Ayo getting out of the way. Yes, it is in P27. The cars in front are all yet to pit. The front runners yet to pit, and they are battling hammer and tongs. Meanwhile, Dami Ayo currently, I think he's keeping up from P28, but Daniel Hirsch is catching up on his group. Jürgen Olsen right on the back. These back markers will make a difference in this race. It looks like Jürgen Olsen is still chasing down Daniel Hirsch. Daniel Hirsch has these 2 back markers in front of him, and he's got past one of them. Without any issues. Dami Ayo is going to have to get out of the way. He's going to have to jump out of the way of these 2 cars battling for position. He has managed to stay in front of the car. He was battling for position. I think that's Clayton in the 555. Daniel Hirsch wants him out of the way as soon as possible. He's got to move. As soon as he's got a clean opportunity, he's got to get out of the way. Jürgen Olsen waiting for any slight mistake to pounce. Looks like Claudio Voodoo has jumped into the pits already. He's looking to undercut that whole battle. Probably a smart decision from him. Meanwhile, on lap 24 is Rico Grenler, Domagoj Tonzitic, and Grenler just runs wide. Tonzitic is up on the inside. And that's turn 3 going to turn 4. They go underneath the bridge, hard on the brakes, and Tonzitic is first to the corner. He's got the inside. He's going to have the better exit. Grenler's just going to have to tuck in behind and accept P17 for now. Work from there and see what he can make. Did I say P17? Apologies, P13. Rico Grenler up into P13, Tonzitic in P12. It's lap 25, and looks like Voodoo's out of the pits. Voodoo is out of the pits. These 2 are currently down in the middle of the pack, but they have completed their pit stops, and they are battling for the podium position in all reality here. It's Daniel Hirsch trying to defend from Claudio Voodoo, and that's Dejan Jokic in front of them. It's our podium sitters, people. It's our podium sitters fighting for position. Taylor in front of them has not pitted from what I understand, and he will have to get out of the way eventually when he goes for his pits. Daniel Hirsch has a stop and go 30. Daniel Hirsch has become speeding in the pit lane. So was Robert Jackson. What is happening? Penalties for everybody. It's John Becker on lap 28 defending from Gregor Franke. Gregor Franke up on the inside. That Aston Martin doing an absolute beautiful job. I think he's tried to make this pass before, and he's just about, they're side by side. They've made contact. They have made contact. John Becker waits like a gentleman should, and he does wait, and Gregor Franke takes the position. I think that's some respectable driving from John Becker. He's going to have to try and find a way back once more. Those 2 will continue the battle as the race goes on. Meanwhile, on lap 29, Filippo Agugliaro and Ben Hitchcock. Agugliaro chasing down Ben Hitchcock, who's chasing down Robert Fordo up in front of him. This is the battle for P10. The 10th position on the grid. Ben Hitchcock with a wibble. Ben Hitchcock with a wobble. And Agugliaro takes that gladly off of him. Ben Hitchcock's going to have to tuck back into P11 now and try and get back into the top 10 position. We know that on the championship standing he's looking very good, but incidents like that will not be very helpful. The track is pretty warm out today, so that's going to make a huge difference. Dejan Jokic trying to get past Lance Taylor. Lance Taylor defending with all he has. I think Lance Taylor is going to have to give up this position eventually because he's still yet to pay. And there it is. Hello Robin. Hello Robin of the doors. Jokic is through. Taylor's defending mightily from, that looks like Voodoo and Deck. That looks like the Hive Mind team has pulled themselves forward into the top 5 positions. 2 cars up into the top 5. Jokic doesn't care. He's running away from them. He's happy to have Taylor between them. It's a McLaren 456. I think Taylor has pulled a blinder here. He's completed his pit stop and he's into the 4th position. I must have been sleeping when he did all of that. Fantastic drive, Taylor. Remember Ben Hitchcock chasing down Agugliaro. Remember he lost that position with a little bit of a wibble and a wobble. Agugliaro chasing down Fordo up in front. It's 9th, it's 10th, 11th. And Hitchcock is just going to have to get his head down and try and close that gap. Look for any mistakes and find his way past if he can. Lance Taylor still mightily defending from Voodoo on lap 34. Voodoo looks at the outside, comes back to the inside. Taylor tries to cover the outside. There's nothing to do with it, buddy. Cloudwell Voodoo is through up on the inside. Taylor's going to have to defend from Marcus Deck. He's going to have to split this team hive mind. Yep, there it is. Oh, what a pass. Taylor now sandwiched between the 2 hive mind teams. Look at those red McLarens go. Oh, Agugliaro's got past Fordo. Fordo must have made a mistake on the previous lap. It's lap 35 and Filippo's in front of Fodor. Filippo is in P9, Robert Fordo is in P10, and I think that's Hitchcock trying to work his way past. He has steadily closed his gap back. This battle for P10 is raging on. It's almost the end of the race and they're still battling each other for position. Fordo, the lone driver in the Gentleman's Club, is probably going to have a word with the PRS Motorsport team, and they could probably come together. Anyway, on lap 37 is Fedorkin and Nino Hosh. It's Fedorkin defending from Nino Hosh. I'm not sure what's happening anymore. Nino Hosh is up on the inside of turn 4. Nino Hosh is hard on the brakes. This is a favorite overtake position for lots of drivers. And Nino Hosh doesn't make it through in that pretty Lincoln Aston Martin. Fedorkin's going to have to work his way back up once more. Smolinski's comfortably in front of them right now. If anything, he's chasing down the 115 of Arturas up in front in P12. Oh, there's Stephen Carey in the Red Bull Porsche. Nice livery, Stephen, if I may say so. He's chasing down Christian Zeffau. These two had some nice battles on the first race, if I remember right. It was Paul Ricard then, and Zeffau's run wide. Zeffau's run wide on the exit of the corner. And Stephen Carey just happily sweeps up the position. Stephen Carey up into P23rd in the number 1 Porsche. Then 237 Audi has to follow in behind and try and get back some positions. I think at this point in the race, old tires are beginning to play a part massively. It's lap 41. It's Ben Hitchcock still chasing down Filippo. Ben Hitchcock now up into P10. He wants P9. We know as a racing driver, you're not comfortable. You're not happy with where you are. And it looks like Marcus Deck has dropped all the way back to P8. Oof, that's unlucky. And Tonzatich does have a drive-through penalty. I imagine that would be for track limits. So that's his race in the top 20 put to bed, unfortunately. Because he may have a lot of work to get back into the top 20. Meanwhile, Ben Hitchcock still chasing down Filippo. It's lap 42. He's seen a lot of this rear spoiler. He's just waiting and being patient, you know, trying to find biggest mistake he can find, the slightest error, and he'll get right through. But meanwhile, in front of him is P25. It's a back marker in the Mercedes. This may be his chance. Oh no, just about. He could have just had it, but he's closed that gap up even more. Ben Hitchcock right on the tail of the 417 of Filippo. Is he going to be able to make it through before the end of the race? We will find out. Meanwhile, James Thresh defending from Marcus Deck. James Thresh in P7, Marcus Deck down into P8. He's going to try and find his way past. He's got to find his way past James Thresh if he wants any better points. The Hive Mind team currently in P2 on the team standings, looking like they will be claiming that top spot if they keep driving the way they are. And he's through. He's cleanly through on the first corner. No questions asked. He's gone. James Thresh, help me, please. There's not much I could do for you there, buddy. You just got to stick to the back of him now and hope that he takes you where you got to go. Meanwhile, lap 45, Gregor Franke and Rico Gröller, they're battling for position behind Dami Ayo. This is a train of cars behind the Mercedes. It looks like Clayton's got to stop and go 30 for... Oh no, what's happening? Oh yes, what a pass. Very good driving from Gregor Franke. Rico Gröller tried to have a look at Dami Ayo up in front. And Gregor Franke saw a slight error, snuck right through the 21 of Gregor Franke, is up right behind the 111 of Dami Ayo. That's a train of cars that will continue the battle. Meanwhile, Jurgen Olsen and Jack Lancaster is P1 and P2. It's lap 48. It looks like Lancaster's got the better brakes. Looks like Lancaster's got the better tires as well. And it's 62 Aston Martin. They are side by side approaching the final sector. Oh, what's great driving we're witnessing in front of us. Jurgen, new to the grid as of last race, staking his claim to P1, and he commands that position once more. Great defending from Jurgen Olsen. Brave driving. And he stays up into P1. Jack Lancaster's going to have to try again another time. This time is Jurgen... Oh no, Lancaster's got past him. Jurgen Olsen's now having to defend from Dejan Jokic on lap 49. And that's Claudio Voodoo sniffing around in the background as well. Jokic side by side. Oh, wow. This is a drag race to turn one. Yep. And it looks like Dejan is right through. Claudio's going to try and work his way around the outside as well. Jurgen Olsen's not having a very... I think his tires are gone. I think his tires are gone because there's nothing he could do on that straight. He had a bad exit from the final corner, and he lost 2 positions there. And what this means at the end of the race is Jack Lancaster comfortably bringing them the lead. And there's Dejan Jokic and Claudio Voodoo in the background, battling for position. Claudio wants that P2. Our podium are within 1 second of themselves. Would you believe that? 90 minutes of racing. Jack Lancaster takes pole position on the podium. There's Dejan Jokic in P2, Claudio Voodoo in P3. What a finish to the race from our leaders. Some great driving. Jurgen Olsen comes in P4 with Luca Renner in P5. Woo! What a race. What a race. At the end of that race, 90 minutes of a very hot Barcelona. Jack Lancaster came in P1. Dejan Jokic P2, Claudio Voodoo of Team Hivemind in P3, Jurgen Olsen P4, Luca Renner P5, Taylor P6, James Thresh in P7, Marcus Deck in P8, Filippo in P9, Ben Hitchcock in P10, Robert Fodor in P11 in the first Mercedes, Arturas Medvedevas in P12, Kakpa Smolinski P13, Nino Holsch in P14, Fedot Kane in P15, Wengel in P16, Dami Ayo in P17, Becker in P18, Gregor Frank in P19, Stefan Carey in P20, Christian Zifau in 21st, Tonzitic in 22nd, Grunler 23rd. Dmitry Ogrodnikov came in 24th, Rob Jackson 25th, Clayton 26th, Quattrop 27th, Wikowski 28th, Phil Swiss 29th, Daniel Hirsch in 30th. Did not finish the race. Neither did Kulikov Eugene in 31st and Sindri Ragnarsson in 32nd. That was a fun race. Now let's go have a look at what that does for the team standings and overall standings in the championship. At the top of the championship, we have a new contender, Jack Lancaster with 208 points, followed by Marcus Deck with 169, Filippo Agugliaro in P3, 164, Luca Renner, P4, 150 points, Ben Hitchcock in P5 with 142 points, Kakpa Smolinski in P6 with 136 points, Dejan Jokic in P7, 129, Rico Grönler in P8, 129 as well. Alexander Fedotkin in P9 with 122 points. In P10 is Claudio Voodoo, making his first appearance in the top 10 with 117 points. Following on from that, Dami Ayo in 11th, Robert Fodor 12th, Wikowski 13th, Lance Taylor 14th, Arturas Medvedevas 15th. In P16, we have Jurgen Olsen in P17, Nino Holsch, followed by Dominic Huber and Daniel Hirsch, Gregor Franke in P20, James Thresh 21st, John Becker 22nd, Stephen Carey 23rd, Christian Zufal 24th, Phil Swiss 25th, Jan Steffens 26th, Dan Lees 27th, Piotr Wengel 28th, Bastian Fab 29th, Kulikov Eugene 30th, Domagoj Tonzitic 31st. That rounds out our top 31. on the grid, and 32nd is ERT Emre, 33rd Dmitry Gorodnikov, 34th Rob Jackson, 35th Sindri Ragnarsson, Michael Clayton in 36th, Noah Hendricks in 37th, Dennis Kotrop, one of the newer drivers, in 38th, Oliver Nerb in 39th, Nicholas Mari in 40th, Matthew Henry in 41st. And those are all the drivers that have gained points in the season so far. 42nd to 47th, Thorsten Pren, Pablo Loro, Martin Top, Guillaume Rael, Dave Icke, and Mario Bernardes have not put up any points in the season so far. Now let's go see how that affects our team standings. Following the third race in P11, PRS Motorsports, 47 points. Mission Spino P10 with 92. Gentlemen's Club with 115. TWG Racing in P8 on 125. VDES in P7 146. Tempesto in P6. Savannah Team in P5. Canon Motorsports in P4. Deutsche Panzer Division in P3 with 201 points. That leaves Team Shaken Bacon P2 with 243, and it means we have a new leader in the team standings. It's Team Hive Mind after a very impressive performance by both Voodoo and Marcus Deck today. What a championship we have building on our hands. I cannot wait to see you at the next race. It's 60 minutes of Laguna Seca in America. I I know it's going to be a fun race. It's a very technical track. It's one where your pace and qualifying can determine the rest of the race very comfortably, even more so than other tracks. Join us there. It's going to be fun. We can see if Team Hiveman can hold on to their position at the top of the standings. Once again, thank you for joining us and see you next week.